I'm ready to rock and roll. Mario, let's make sure this screen share is working good here. Yes. All right, good thing. So, a little bit of background about me for those of you that don't know. I've been in the industry 23 years. It all started because of my mom. My mom was doing real estate, terrific with people, terrible with technology. She came from Romania in 1968, and she came with nothing to America, left during communism, and she got into real estate. Now, my mom was great at real estate, but she was really struggling when it came to putting a listing into the MLS, doing the digital marketing. So she hired me. And that's really why I'm here, everybody. I'm here because my mom brought me into this industry. She gave birth to me too. That's why I'm here. But she brought me into this industry, and now I get to serve all of you. And every day I get more and more present to the fact that this was like all a blessing. And at the time, I didn't know it. I fought it. I was like, why do I have to do this digital marketing stuff for my mom? Like, can't she figure it out? Can't she hire somebody else? I wanted to get another job. But then I started helping her. And fast forward to today, this is what I do and what I'm passionate about. And I just met some people who started in 1993 and launched a real estate company in the Netherlands. And now they own 140 franchises, and they've helped thousands of people buy homes in the Netherlands. I just got present to like what an amazing industry this is, right? Like what we're helping people with here. We're helping them with their home purchase. And I also got present to my life has been such an interesting journey in the past 23 years. There is no overnight success story, right? I think all of you who are in business for a long time, you all realize this. We want to get in the business or in business to make money or to help our families or whatever your why is. And then you realize, wow, this is like a really long journey, and a lot of things happen along the way. And I think why I'm so committed to doing these trainings on Fridays is not just to bring you the latest technology or the latest and greatest. It's actually to spark something, transform something in your life, because I struggled for 23 years of doing business, and I've done things fast, and I've done things slow, and I've done things great, and I've done things not so great, and it's all just a journey of learning. And I want to give you as many shortcuts as possible. Like, how many people just want to get shortcuts? Some of you are here just like, give me the shortcut for Google. Like, what's the quick fix? And there's not always a quick fix. It's a long journey, right? It's got its twists and turns. But this training that I'm doing on Fridays is always going to revolve around a different topic. But the biggest thing it's always going to revolve around is mindset, because we have to think differently. I realize there's 24 hours in the day. We all have 24 hours in the day. Can we all agree we all got 24 hours in the day? What are we going to do with our time? We've all got one life, as far as I know. And I've only got one brain. Does anybody have two brains, two lives, or more than 24 hours in the day on this call? I think this is one thing that is common between all of us, right? Mario, you got one brain, one life, 24 hours? We all do. Last time I checked, right? So, how do we make the most of it? And this is the big thing that I've been learning over time. And this book isn't showing up for me here, but one of the books that Mario turned me on to that was the biggest game changer in my life is called The Road Less Stupid by Keith Cunningham. Has anybody read the book The Road Less Stupid? And I'm bringing this in because there's actually a point to this. The road less stupid is like, we all want to take the road less stupid. We make mistakes along the way, but ultimately we want to get there faster, better, more efficient, more focused, all of that. But we also get what we tolerate. And, when I'm talking about your Google business pages, like, how do we raise our standards when it comes to our Google business page? How do we raise our standards when it comes to our online presence? How do we raise our standards when it comes to how we do business? Ultimately, we raise our standards, we improve our life. And you do get what you tolerate. How many people run offices and it's like, man, I'm tolerating a lot with my agents? Or how many of you are tolerating a lot with your clients, right? There's a lot of tolerating happening. So I'm always learning, And when I'm learning, I love to share with all of you because I'm forever graduating to my next level of incompetence. Like I learned something and then I learned something new. Like I thought I knew Google business pages inside and out until I created a training for all of you. And guess what? By doing the training, I learned way more about Google business pages. So I graduated to my next level of incompetence. Another book is 10x is easier than 2x. And this one is really important for all of you. And I recommend both of these books to everybody on this call. These were the two books in the past 3 years that stand out as the game changing books for me to grow my business from where it was to where it is now. And Mari, would you say in the past 2 to 3 years, since I started reading The Road Less Stupid, there has been major transformation in our company? And since I started reading 10x is easier than 2x, which I've read both of these books multiple times, not just once, major change, right? Because it's not about the content. We all have one life. We all have one brain. We all have 24 hours. It's the context on how we approach life, on how we approach our business, on how we approach our digital presence. That changes everything, right? So if you think about the statue of David, when they asked Michelangelo, how did he create the statue of David? He said, I created a vision of David in my mind and simply carved away everything that was not David. That is actually what I'm learning is the game changer in my life. How do I carve away everything that's not Alex? How do I focus on the 20% that's going to make the biggest difference for my business versus the 80% that's not? How do I do less? How do I tolerate less? Right? How do I do more with less time? Who agrees with me here? If you're following, let me know in the chat. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. So I highly recommend these two books. And can you see my screen fully, Mario, or it's not quite clicking all the images? Yeah, let me just give this a quick refresh because it seems to be a little funky. Yeah, there we go. Now we should be rock and rolling. So I just put together this screen and I'm not doing this as a show off, right? Like these are all the places where I've been an approved supplier, and these are all the places I've been mentioned in the news. And why I'm showing you this is all of you probably have been in business longer than me, and you've got your accolades, and you've got your places you've been mentioned in the news, and you've got your experience, and you've got your huge transactions that you've done. I just won this award for doing $10 million from one digital marketing funnel, right? And of course, I'm going to show it off because it's actually a big deal. And I think all of you sometimes don't show off. Like I used to be shy about this stuff. But why I'm showing you this screen is I want you all to envision, what if your online presence actually told your story? What if your Google business page actually told people how much experience you have in real estate, the transactions you've done, all the places you've been mentioned in the news, right? All the things, the people that you've helped over the years. What if it really told your story? Wouldn't want more people want to work with you? And those two books is The Road Less Stupid, Mari, if you can put them in the chat, The Road Less Stupid by Keith Cunningham, and 10X is Easier Than 2X by Dan Hardy and Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy. So I'm showing you this screen because I want you all to start thinking about your own listing presentations, your own online presence, your Google business pages. What can you show off that you proudly earned? Like I earned all of this. I worked at it. All of you have earned many awards, designations, homeowner experiences, home selling experiences. Those need to be reflected in your online reviews. Those need to be reflected in your Google business page. It needs to be reflected online, right? So how many of you want to take on actually putting your experience online so people can really see what you're up to? Because I think that's a shift. Like we're kind of shy. Like I am too. Mario knows, like I wouldn't normally show a slide like this because I'd be like, that's not me. I'm not gonna be like, oh, here's everything I did. But I think at the same time, if people don't know what you're up to, then they might not seek you out. Like I'm gonna be able to speak at more events now that I'm putting together this kind of website, right? That I'm putting together this kind of presentation. More people are gonna invite me to speak, and then I'm gonna have more impact. I have a moral obligation with the knowledge that I have to serve more people. You all have a moral obligation with the knowledge you have to serve more people in your community, etc. The more people you reach, the more people you help. The more Google business page is optimized, the more people you help. The more reviews you have online, the more people read them and the more people you help. Isn't it all about helping people at the end of the day? And when we go shy or we don't put our online presence out there, we don't get to help as many people. Make sense? Mario, anything you want to add? And at the end of the day, it's not about a paycheck. It's about how many people we're helping, right? So if we can get our name out there more, we can help more people. So this takes us back to the Google training. And I just wanted to intro that because there is a little bit of mindset around here. Like if you're thinking of building your Google business page, but you're going to be shy about asking reviews, that's going to be like not a full blown Google business page, right? If you're going to build a Google business page and you're not going to put your story and like what you're really up to on it, people aren't going to read it as well, right? So we have to get all of it out there. So when they Google you, or if you Google yourself, one of the first things people see is your Google business page. And Tom Ferry says your business is whatever Google says it is. So I want to go help all of you OG realtors be the G realtors. Like I can find you on Google. Your story is well set on Google. If you look at our Google business page, we've got over 1,000 5-star reviews now. That took something. And if you read the stories on there, they're pretty interesting. And I get inspired when I read them. I'm sure many of you get inspired when you get a Google review. Now, the Google profile, first of all, you have to have it. So does anybody on this call not have a Google business page? I'm sure most of you do. Yeah, Bill says I'm an OG, Alex. You absolutely are, Bill. Bill's on a plane right now going to a National Association of Realtor event. Joe says I don't have it. Grace says I don't. Wow, a lot of you don't have it. This is amazing. Okay, so first of all, I have a guidebook on how to build your Google business page. Second of all, if you need help with that, that's something our company does. I'm not here to sell you on it. I just want to make sure you understand that you need it. Like you need this, like a restaurant needs a Google business page. Why? Because it's the first thing that shows up on Google. It's the one thing that has all your reviews on it. So if you don't have a Google business page, you don't have reviews. And now you're missing out. I literally just had an agent come up to me at the CRA event. He signed up a year ago, had no Google business page. He closed 2 deals from his Google business page. He closed 17 transactions total. 2 of them were from Google business. If he didn't have a Google business, he would have never got those deals. Make sense? So it's kind of like the yellow pages back in the day. If you were not in the yellow pages, you weren't getting found. Well, if you're not on Google, you're not getting found. So number one takeaway, yeah, look at Deb says, I get calls every day from Google. Ask Anna Benavides how many calls she gets from Google. Like she probably gets several deals a month from Google with 140 reviews. Anna, you can chime in. Deb has 101 reviews, right? So number one, all of you who do not have a Google business page, you have to get it set up. If you need help with that, contact our company. We're happy to help you. Text us and say, hey, I need help. Put your number in the chat, whatever you want. But the point is you need to have it. Then you need to edit your profile to optimize it. And this is what today's call is going to be about. even people like Anna who have had their Google optimized, or Deb Reddick. I'm going to show you some things that'll help take it to the next level. Okay. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So we're going to also talk about how you connect with your customers through Google Business. Many people don't realize this, but you can actually have conversations through Google Business. Google Analytics. Okay. Very important that you get Google Analytics. And Mario, I see a lot of people putting their number in the chat. I think the best thing to do is just give them a link to schedule time with us if they want to, because I'm not here to sell anybody on anything, but if they want to just schedule time with our team, they can. Just put realgrader.com/hello. And Google Analytics tell you how many phone calls you got from Google. Who wants to know how many phone calls they got? Google Analytics tells you how many messages you got from Google, how many people viewed your profile. All of this is available for free on Google. So we're talking about a free platform that generates leads, generates business, and when optimized properly, actually gets you even more business, right? You got it, Anna. We can help you. There's Google support videos, but if you need help, that's something we can help with. There's plenty of videos on how to create your Google business profile, but you do have to be careful on how you create it and how you verify it. Now, let me get into the profile itself. This is what shows up on a search for a Google business page. It's going to have the name of your company. It's going to have a photo. It's going to have your location or not. You can hide your location, actually. It's going to tell you if you are a real estate agent, if you are a marketing agency. Very important that you tag your Google business page as a real estate agent or real estate agency. That is the first mistake I see on a lot of Google business pages, is they're not actually tagged as a real estate agent or a real estate agency. So Google doesn't know how to classify you. So they don't know how to show you. So if somebody searches real estate agent in this town, if you don't have it classified, you might not show up. Second thing, website, directions. We got to make sure that they can contact you, they can click on you, right? The bio, reviews. You want to have reviews. Do you know how many reviews do you need to have? Most of you probably don't. The average number of reviews for a small business in the US is 39. So you should have at least 39. Do you want to be average or do you want to be above average? Who wants to be average with 39 reviews, and who wants to be above average with, like what Anna has, 144 reviews, right? It's a simple question. It's like, do I want to stand out in the ocean of agents, or do I want to be like the typical agent that has 5 to 10 reviews? Do you know what the industry average is for realtors? 5 to 10. So already, guess what? Real estate industry is behind the curve. 5 to 10 for real estate, 39 for small businesses. Restaurants, way more than that. Yeah, Rana says, when you join, you set a minimum of 25. Is that changed now? Yes, it is, Rana. It keeps moving up because more and more people are catching on. Now I would say 50 is the new norm. It's really moving quickly, right? And you don't want to fall behind. But check this out. I ran a Google challenge on the 1st of February till the 21st of February. And I had a client that got 46 reviews in 21 days. So that's possible. I had another client get 20 reviews in 21 days. You're doing great, Rana. 39. I need one more to be 39. There you go. So you just keep wanting to work on this. This is very important. One of the most important things with Google Business Page is reviews. Your bio is important. Now, as an agency, I'm going to write a description of my company. As an individual agent, you're going to want to include your service areas in your bio. Okay? You can always go in and edit this. You should add your service areas so you show up on more searches. So what's the biggest takeaway we got so far? I'm just covering 3 things. I'm about to cover about 15 different items on Google Business. But what are your biggest takeaways so far from what I've shared? Let's hear in the chat. Oh, wow, we're up to 76 people on the call, Mario. That was a big jump that just came in. Biggest takeaways, let me know in the chat. What are you learning so far? What is something that you want to take on for your business when it comes to Google Business? RJ says, put the service area in my bio. Mary says, more reviews. My bio. Yes, reviews, reviews, reviews. So reviews is the biggest takeaway, right? Like pretty important, pretty not happening. You know how I know it's not happening? Because I had 30 agents in my Google review challenge and 15 of them went and got reviews and 15 of them got 0 reviews. What's the difference between the 15 that got 0 reviews and the 15 that got a bunch of reviews? What do you think the biggest difference is? Mario, I'll let you guess on this one. Put him on the spot. Yeah, why? Well, the ones that got reviews, what's the difference between them and the ones that didn't? Rose Marie hit it. They didn't ask for it. Yes. So we're so shy that we don't even ask for reviews, everybody. This is the funniest thing to me. That's why I started with the slides the way I did, is because we have to ask for the business. You all know this. You're in real estate. You ask for referrals all the time, right? You have to ask for reviews too, because that's where the magic happens. Awesome. Posts. Who knew that you could do posts? You can add posts to your Google business profile. So our company is posting almost every day now about all kinds of different trainings, different events we're going through, all of that. Very important that you keep your profile active. If you're an influencer client of ours, we're posting for you every day on your Google business. But posts are super important. Profile links. Google added this less than a year ago. Okay, so if you optimized with us several years ago, you might not even have this because it's so new. Google added profile links. This was the smartest thing that Google did. And you know, I know what's going on behind the scenes here. They added links to your YouTube, to your TikTok, to your Instagram, right on the Google business profile. What that does is it puts your social media in Google's directory. So Google's building the best directory of agents. We might build a better one than Google. Well, let's see. But they put all the profile links in here, and you need to too. So you need your Google business to go to your social, and you need to check that your links are accurate. Now, this is the dashboard for a Google business page. If you log into your Google business, and by the way, how do you log into your Google business? You log into your Gmail account. Okay, so you have a Gmail account, you log into your Gmail, you search for your Google business page, and instead of seeing your Google business page, you're going to see this. It says your business on Google, and it's going to give you these 3, 6, 10 different buttons. This is where the magic is. Okay. These 10 buttons on your dashboard is where you can make the edits to optimize your Google business page. Many people don't even know this exists. I'm showing you the secret door here, everybody. This is the secret door to Google business. You want to go in and edit your profile. You want to go in and read your reviews and respond to them. You want to go in and add photos. You want to go in and look at the performance. You want to go in and add products like your properties. You want to go in and add services. You want to add bookings. You want to add the Q&A. You want to add updates about new listings or about new market reports. Pretty wild, right? There's a lot of functionality here that goes underutilized. And this is evolving over time. Anything you want to add, Mario, before I keep going here? Excellent. So Michael says, what is the best way to promote my YouTube channel? That's a whole training in itself, Michael. And I did do a training on YouTube. But just the quick on promoting a YouTube channel is going to be to post consistently. YouTube is probably one of the hardest channels to grow on, way harder than Google. But you're going to want to post consistently, and you're going to want to look for topics that are very popular that can go viral. So start looking on YouTube what other people are doing and see what kind of views they're getting and do videos about those same topics. That's the fastest way to grow in a short story. And there's a whole 1 hour training to that as well. Great. Marcia has a question. I just joined Google Business and credits were offered for advertising. Should I use it? You can obviously use the credits. You do want to be careful when doing advertising with Google Business. Marcia, the best advertising on Google Business is not AdWords. It's AdWords, but using it for your Google Business page instead of using it for a general pay-per-click campaign. I don't want to get too advanced for everybody there, but there's a little hack there. Pay-per-click is a little difficult. Advertising your Google Business page is way better because you can advertise it locally. All right, so let's look at these 10 areas. I'm basically going to give you 10 ways to optimize your Google Business page using the dashboard. Are we ready for this? Who's ready? Let me know in the chat. 10 ways to optimize your Google Business page so that you can get the most traction with it, the most views on it, the most performance out of it, right? So number one is you get to this screen and you click on Edit Profile. In Edit Profile, you can edit your bio, your description, and you want to add your service areas. You also have the ability to edit your contact information, your location, and your hours. All of you should review this because who knows what's there, right? It got set up at some point, your business evolves, things change, maybe you add a service area. I would go update this if I was you. You want to add your links. So in that same About section, under Contact, you have all your social profile links. Make sure all your links are there. That's telling Google that you have social media and that's where they can find it. That's going to drive up your SEO for your social media. Think about it. How are they going to find your Facebook business page if you don't give Google the link? So give Google the links they need and you're good to go. Make sense? Operating hours. Generally, we recommend doing 24 hours for a realtor because the truth is you mostly work 24 hours and it opens up the algorithm a little more. Now, we're a business, we're different than a realtor, so we do the 9 to 5 because we can't provide support beyond 5 o'clock unless it's email. But as a realtor, we generally say set yourself for 24 hours so you can receive leads any time of day. Location. Put in your location. Do not mess with this. I'm going to say this pretty strongly. If you need to change location, you better work with a professional. Google is suspending Google business pages based on location changes left and right. We operate 25,000 Google business pages. Every time somebody changes a location without us, it's a nightmare, right? So I recommend if you're going to change a location, you get a qualified professional to do it. This isn't like fixing your pipes at home. Like you hire a plumber for this. Not that you'd fix your pipes. We might tighten the pipes, but not fix them. And then more. You can add amenities. You can add parking. You can add all kinds of things. Brandon says, I heard that if you set it for 24 hours, Google will stop showing you if you don't answer the calls from the click to call. If you're doing local service ads, Brandon, then I would say be careful with the 24 hours. If you're just doing Google business, I think you're okay. But if you're running local service ads where they're recording the call and tracking your response times, that's a different story. They need to make sure that you're picking up the phone. And a lot of my clients that do that, they have automated systems for that. But I hear what you're saying, Brandon. Photos. Feel free to add some additional photos to your Google business page. Okay, make sure they're professional photos. The more photos you add, the more they think your page is engaging, and it's actually going to show it more often in the search engines. Reviews. They give you the ability to respond to reviews. And this is one area where my team, I noticed, wasn't on the ball. They weren't responding to all the reviews. So that's something we're going to fix, Mario. But all of you, we have 1,000 reviews, but no excuse, right? I got to raise my standards as well. You have to respond to your reviews, right? Whether positive or negative, make sure you're responding to reviews. If it's negative, do not get into a challenge with this person, right? You want to learn from it. You want to acknowledge that they gave a negative review, but it's not a place to get defensive, right? 4 agreements. Don't take it personal. You don't know what they were going through. And you don't want to publicly be in an argument with somebody, okay? So don't get defensive, none of that stuff. Just keep it clean and move on with life. And if it's something that you can handle, contact the person and get it resolved. And I've had plenty of clients turn around a negative review because we messed up, we owned it, and we contacted them, and then they turned it around to a 5-star review, right? They're pointing to where the service was lacking. I get it. Geraldine says, should we make changes a few times a week or all at once, as in add photos? Photos can be from time to time. I think all of you should do a once over and take a look at your Google business page and see if there's some basic updates that you need to do. And performance. This is how you know it's working or not, right? Everybody, I love, I get this all the time. I'm at an event right now and a realtor came up. I don't know. Is my Google business page working? Well, how do we know? Do we measure it? So you got to measure it. If we don't measure it, how can we manage it? So Google is actually giving you the performance. It's telling you how many engagements you got, how many interactions, how many phone calls, how many bookings, how many times they clicked on your website. And if you see those numbers going up, you know it's working. If you see it's going down, you got to make changes. But if you don't look at the performance, you don't know. How many people have actually looked at their performance on Google Analytics to see how their Google business page is going? And how many people have not? Say, I have or I have not. And this is just to make you aware that if you're not measuring it, you can't possibly know. Right? Awesome. Doug says, I get a monthly report. Some people says I have, some people I have not. And this is what we need to do, everybody. We have to measure our performance online so we know that we make adjustments and we're getting improvements. Check this out. We had 157 clicks on our Google business page. I'll take it, right? And I can see where it's going up, where it's going down. So when we do a big marketing campaign, it goes up. When we're not doing a marketing campaign, it goes down. Mark says, I have, it's so low. Yikes. Yeah, exactly. And most of that, everybody, is your reviews. Okay. The more reviews you get, the more you're going to see your traffic go up. And of course, the more marketing you do, the more you're going to see your traffic go up. More people you talk to, the more you're going to see people Google you. Where do you see performance? Performance is right there in the dashboard. If we go back, I'll just go back a couple screens to show you all. So performance is right here. Edit profile, read reviews, photos, performance. These are the 10 tabs. The 10 tips I'm giving you are literally the 10 tabs of your Google business page. Okay. So let's go over here. Products. All of you, we don't do this for our clients because we don't know what products to add for you. You might have a listing, you might have an open house, but you can go in and add products to your Google business page. So you could actually advertise a listing, or maybe it's an open house that's coming up, or maybe you want to do an update for somebody. That's all available through Google Business. And those will show up right on the first screen of Google. Advertising. Now, somebody asked about this earlier. I don't recommend doing pay-per-click to my clients anymore. Why? Because it's very expensive and very competitive, and you're competing against Zillow, Realtor.com, and all the big boss sites, right? Back in the day, I used to spend 10 cents a click for my clients, and it was amazing. I was getting so many leads from my clients. They loved it. But nowadays, it's very saturated. So here's the hack. You advertise your Google business page. Okay? If you advertise your Google business page, you're going to pay way less per click. Okay? And a lot of the times, you might not even going to pay because they don't click. So you're actually getting free exposure. So Google business page advertising is very different. Services. You need to update your services, right? Maybe you do rentals, maybe you do luxury, maybe you do relocation. Whatever it is, you want to update your services. Bookings. There's a lot of information, everybody, but what I'm walking you through are just all the pieces to your Google business page. And this is probably 1 hour of work to do it, but it's probably 1 hour well spent because you're optimizing something that's getting seen by so many people. Many of you don't have a booking link. If you work with our client, with our company, we put in your digital card at least as a booking link. But if you don't have a booking link, you want to add a way for people to book time with you or to download your digital card. So this is probably blank for 80% of people. Why not? Right? Why not add that in? Updates. We can post updates to customers on Google. We can add offers. We can add events, open houses. Who's using Google Business to advertise open houses? Anybody on this call? Using Google Business to advertise an open house, to post an event? No, right? Charles, no. Michael, no. Never thought of it. Opportunity, right? And wouldn't your clients like to know? Hey, just to let you know, I also advertised our open house on my Google Business page. So there's a lot of opportunity in these Google Business pages, and you have to think it's Google, everybody. It's Google. They own the market, right? They're like Amazon, they're like Apple, they're like Google. These are the top companies in the world. We have to take advantage of the resources and the money that they spend on a free service they're providing to all of us, and we got to take advantage of it. This is the biggest mistake that I see is agents don't take advantage of the free stuff. We jump to the shiny objects and the pay for products before we optimize the foundation of our online presence, which is your Google Business page. This is why I'm in business and our business is growing, is because I'm bringing light to this topic. Look at this. You can add updates. Hey, I got a new update. Hey, I got a new listing. Hey, I got a new event, right? So let me show you some case studies of people who are really understanding this and have understood this for a long time. Rana, you should add a link. I would add a link to your digital card for the booking or a Calendly if you have a Calendly. Zalman says, is there a concern with getting too many reviews in a short time? There's some concerns, but if done right, it's fine. I've done over 32 reviews in 3 minutes, as long as everybody's in a different location. If you have everybody in the same IP address or the same office, not a good idea. There is a chance that Google tags it. But if you were doing a home buying seminar and everybody had their own phones out, they could all give you a review. Yeah, awesome. So Matthew says, I got a warning from Google for getting 10 reviews in the challenge. It can happen, right? But Matthew, if they were all real reviews, Google really doesn't have a case, and I would appeal that. All real, exactly. So sometimes Google gives a warning, and sometimes Google is wrong, everybody. Okay? And sometimes Google deletes reviews. I had them delete 120. They deleted 120 reviews temporarily a couple weeks ago for us. 120. They put them all back. Okay? I appealed. So don't let them step all over you either, right? I mean, yeah, they're Google, but we got to appeal stuff if we don't think it's right. Awesome. Google case studies. Willie Harden, he gets 4 to 5 qualified leads per month when he was doing Google local service ads, and he had over 40 reviews, right? This is his Google business page. We got Sheila Dooney. She did a $8,000 deal from a Google business page. I have story after story of people that closed business from Google directly, and we've closed business from Google directly. So this is a no joke difference maker for your business. And I just want to share a real story. Let me see if I can get this to play. Mario, let me know if this sound.
Hey, my name's Joe Schrum with the RA Four Feathers Realty out of Sierra Vista.
No? All right, so I'm not going to play that one. Let's just keep going. This is Remax. They have over 1,000 reviews now. So this is showing you that a real estate company or a real estate agent, he's the number one Remax team in the world, you can have over 1,000 reviews. And yeah, he faces his challenges too. He gets the warnings from Google. He gets the deleted reviews from Google, but he keeps going. Okay? Keep going, everybody. Don't focus on the problem, focus on the solution. Okay? A lot of the times, Mario knows when Google deleted 120 reviews for us, so many people in my team, including myself, were freaked out the first day. We're like, what just happened? And then I focused on the solution. I'm going to do the appeal. I'm going to do research. And when I did enough research, I found out that it was a bug. It was a glitch with Google. So now I didn't have to waste any more energy on it. Okay. Things happen. We got to keep going. You get a bad review, keep going. Get more good reviews. You get a bad review, call the client, see what's going on. But keep going towards the solution. Okay. Make sure you get your Google business set up the right way. Make sure you get Google reviews and be careful with the Google ads. Okay. That can get very expensive very quick. We spent a lot of money on that. Google is clearly one of the best ways to generate business and get customers. So many realtors tell me this. So many realtors get business from it, way more than Facebook, way more than LinkedIn, way more than Instagram, unless you're a pro at LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. But what I love about Google is it's an opportunity for all of you in the real estate space to do well. And really, it's getting it optimized, getting it set up, and getting a ton of reviews. And you will start to see some action. And fast forward a year, 2, 3 from now, imagine how many reviews you'll have if you start today. Right? The client who said Rana said I had 39 reviews. Rana, in 2 to 3 years, you're going to break 100. You might break 500. You might break 1,000. That's going to be a game changer for you. Right? So I know it sounds small in the beginning, but everything done consistently will get you massive results in the end. That's the piece that we forget. We're so focused on like the short term, we forget about the long term. And the more patience we have that it's all coming to us, it's all happening for us, the more you're going to have peace of mind. I struggled with this for 20 years of my life, so I want to share that with you all. And I'm sure many of you know this. Have patience. It's all coming because you're doing the work. When you're doing the work consistently, it will pay off. Awesome. Targeted marketing. Google AdWords. This is what Google AdWords is, okay? Where the ads show up on the bottom. This is the pay-per-click stuff. Google local service ads. This is Google screened. That's what's on top. Google Business is the maps. So those are 3 different products. I want you all to be aware of that. There's 3 different advertising products on Google Business pages through Google AdWords. One is local service ads, which is where it says Google screened. The next one is pay-per-click ads. And the third one is maps and Google business pages. You all should be mostly focused on the Google business pages. And when you break 50, 100 reviews, you might consider doing Google local service ads because it's very competitive and it requires a budget. And if you get that going well, then you might consider pay-per-click. I would say that is the sequence of events for most of you. Okay? Google business, get enough reviews, consider LSA, although it's saturated and very competitive at this point. I almost don't even recommend it to clients anymore unless you're in a really small market. But Google business page ads, I do recommend. And then pay-per-click would be my last choice for you all because that was the year 2000, right? That was like the year 2004, sorry. That's when that worked really well. All of these technologies work well for a period of time and then they become saturated. It evolves, it changes. That's how it works. And then the new thing comes out, and then the new thing comes out. And my job is to keep you up to date on what's the new thing when it comes out so you can take advantage. Mario, you remember when we launched Google local service ads like 3 years ago? We had clients that were thanking us because they were doing like 10, 20 deals. It was crazy because they were the only ones. Now it's like almost everybody's on there. So it's very competitive and not everybody does well. And a lot of people get rental leads and some people do really well. Like Anna Benavides on this call does really well with LSAs. Not everybody does. It depends on your market. Depends on the number of reviews. The maps though, look at this. This is the distinction I want you all to know. This is Google business pages. And if you see on top, one says ad, that's a Google business page ad. That's different than PPC. That's different than Google local service ads, okay? This is Google local service ads. This is Google local service ads. This is Google local service ads. This you have to get approved by Google for. This you have to have a lot of reviews for. Not for everybody. And questions. We have questions. Brandon says, all these calls about not showing up for voice commands, Alexa, is there legitimacy? Seems spammy. Yeah, most of that is spam. There is a lot of voice activated search happening now. So that is something to look into for many of you. If I change offices, realtor affiliation, or states, how can I keep my Google profile? You can, Zalma, but be very careful with that. That's prime for Google suspension, right? So you just have to be careful, or speak to Google, or speak to an expert like us. Just be careful when you do address changes and new state creations. Walter says, what path to setting up and optimizing a Google page if if it's a low budget? I mean, we have affordable solutions to optimizing Google and all your profiles, Walter. I'm not sure if you're a client that did the optimization. If you need the guidebooks, I have guidebooks at realgraderuniversity.com on how to optimize it yourself. That's probably the lowest cost. It's complimentary. Do it yourself. Sharon says, on the maps, mine is showing where I live instead of the area I serve. That's probably because of the address on file with Google, Sharon. So you'd want to optimize your bio with service areas. And Google always says if you can get an address in the location you serve, even if it's a co-working space, that can sometimes work. What about changing the Google business page? Will that have Google suspend you? Usually not, Mark, unless it's something violating. So you want to check with that. But if it's a basic change, you're usually okay. I can't guarantee it. Google is very sensitive lately. They see something and then they go, oh, suspending it. It's like pretty crazy. So what's next for you all? Actually, let me just ask really quick. What was your biggest takeaway? Did you see value? Where did you see value in this call? Out of the 10 different things that I spoke about, reviews, editing your profile, performance, adding offers, adding events, right? Adding service areas. What was your biggest takeaway? RJ says events. Somebody says, if they suspend my Google business, what's the best way to get it back? You just have to follow compliance and do appeals, and you can get it back. There are some companies that can work on that as well. We work on that for a lot of our clients. Need to work on getting more reviews and running ads. I need to add events and business ad, 10 points to review my presence, everything specifically if you're new to this information, the booking. Awesome. Excellent. So step number 1, make sure you have a Google business page set up. If you don't have it set up, you need help, reach out to our company. Mario, did you put the link to our team's calendar just in case somebody needs help? Perfect. Number 2, get a bunch of Google reviews. Number 3, go into the dashboard and optimize your profile, and you might want to consider adding products and events. And number 4 is consider Google Ads, but be careful with Google Ads. You might want to consult us about that, which is the best option for you. If you need help with any of this, email me at hello@realgrader.com. And we can talk about any of these: Google Business, Google Reviews, ads, local ads, whatever the case may be. I hope you all enjoyed this training. This is my new slide as I'm going out there. I'm speaking at a lot of events. I just got hired to speak for Remax in Argentina. I'm going to speak to 2,500 agents about Google in English and Spanish. It's going to be pretty awesome. I'm speaking here at ERA in San Diego right now. If you know anybody that wants to book me to speak for their real estate event or to do a keynote or any of that, you can always contact me at hello@realgrader.com. My website is alexmontalenti.com as well. And it says, I speak Spanish, take me to Argentina. I know, right? I thought that was pretty cool that they invited us and they're paying for us to go over there. So I'm happy to speak at any events. If you know anybody, please connect me. I'm really looking to spread my wings here and be on the circuit of speaking nationally, internationally, and making a difference in as many people's lives as possible. Here's 3 things that you can do for yourself and for us. Number 1, if you want to be on these trainings for Friday, these are all complimentary trainings. You just text the word training to 516-400-4161. If you love the training today, you got a lot of value and you want to provide value back to us and to me, give me a 5-star review online at realgraderreview.com. Mario, if you want to post the link to that to realgraderreview.com. I love reading your reviews, by the way, on Fridays. This is my favorite thing to do. Mario knows is like I finish the training. I read these amazing reviews from you all, what you learned, how you loved it, how you're, taking it to the next level with your business. It inspires me to keep going. And if you want to invite a friend to the future trainings that we have every Friday, you can give them the link, influencerexperttraining.com, and they can register for any Friday. Share it with your company, share it with your broker, share it with your agents. Let's get more people on these calls. I want to make the most valuable use of my time. So please share away, give us a 5-star review, join the texting training. And if you enjoyed or have any comments you want to share with me in the chat about the training today, I'd love to hear them. Thanks for joining today. I'm spot on time. It's 11 o'clock on the West Coast, 2 o'clock East Coast. Thank you, Mario, for reaching out to everybody. Thank you all for being here. You're the reason I am inspired to keep creating new trainings. I stayed up last night till about 1 a.m. making this training because I was like, people are going to show up and I want to make it valuable for all of you. So every week we've got a new topic and I really enjoy this. And I really starting to feel like this is our group here, our real estate influencer group. Thank you, Anna. Yeah, I always, you just got me present to thinking back. Like my mom was doing real estate, and my dad was living somewhere else, and my mom's like, I got to pay the bills, and she closes this one deal that's an $80,000 commission check just from one email I sent. I mean, luck, coincidence, wisdom, knowledge, I don't know, all of the above, right place, right time. But it's like if I can make a difference for even one person in this call where they learned something, they built something, and it made a difference, either financially or mentally or mindset wise, and you took it to the next level, that's what I wake up for, is like to help everybody not go through the struggle, right? We're all here to make it work, and we're helping people every single day. So if I can help you, if I made a difference for you today, let me know. Email me, give me a 5-star review, whatever the case may be. It's what keeps me going. And let's all support each other because the real estate industry needs us. People need us. And the more stress free we are, the more we can serve, right? Mari, if you can just repost that support at Real Grader to everybody if they need it. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.